Okay, in this next video, we'll be doing a demonstration of forcing an inward swinging door, so the door swings away from you. Once again, in the Firefighter 1 testing, this will be part of a bigger scenario in which after you open the door, you'll be searching or going in to do line advancement for fire extinguishment or salvage operation. Once again, this is not ideal, but I'm videoing by myself today, so I'll sort of be playing the role of both parts. When we come up, once again, just as with the outward swinging door, same with the inward swinging door, we want to try before we pry. If it's locked, we want to size it up, fill it with the back of our hand for heat so we know what to expect on the other side. Size it up, see where our locking mechanisms are. Obviously on this one, typical residential door right here in the middle. So the first firefighter, once they tried before they pried, checked for heat, sized it up. Once again, just like the outward door, we can shock it, high, medium, low. Once we do that, now what the book shows is coming in and driving the adze on the back side of the stop in between the door. At that point, you could gap it by pushing down or up. The way the simulator works, that's just not going to work on this simulator. So we're going to have to go to the traditional two-man method where once we gap it, we switch over to the fork end with the idea of driving the forks. We like to start out bevel side towards the door. If we can pull that off, we're already in a position to force the door. Sometimes it's easier to flip it over with the bevel side towards the jam. Sometimes it's easier to guide it in. The leverage isn't the best once you get it past the other side of the door, and so sometimes you may have to capture your progress with an axe or with a chalk, flip it back over to where the bevel side's against the door, and force the traditional way. We're going to try it like that with bevel side already against the door. Once again, this would be a two-man operation to get it past the door. So this is where, once I get the fork set, remember, once again, we want to use the crotch of the forks as a guide. We want to get it all the way up to the crotch. That's when we know, if we can't completely see it, that we're on the other side and are good to force the door. This is where I would set the fork. I would call for my partner to come up with the blunt axe to either hit, drive. Usually start out by hitting until you get it set, and then once you see you're clear, then you can drive. I'm going to go ahead and try to set this in here a little bit. Once again, not ideal. I would call for hits. Hit. Drive. Stop. Let's see what we got. All right, so got a little bite there. I need to keep going. Hit. 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 The whole time the firefighter on the Halligan is steering the Halligan, trying to keep it in the space between the door and the jam. Hit. 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 And drive. Okay, now I think I've got enough space I can actually probably put the adze end in the space I've created to get more of a bite. Nope, let me try the fork again. Now what I'm going to have to do in this case is, like I was talking about, flip the forks over. I'm going to gap it some more, gap it some more. Once again, I may have to call for my partner to drive, but I got a pretty good gap there now. So I'm creating more space. Now, I'm going to flip my forks back over with the bevel side towards the door. I'm going to go ahead and call for hits again. Hit. drive. Okay, now I'm where I want to be. Now I'm ready to force, and I need to be ready to control the door after I force it. So clear, drop down low, use the Halligan if need be, reach and control the door. Once again, we got to be ready for heat, high smoke, flames, whatever's on the other side. So always want to control the door and control the airflow going to the fire. And that concludes forcing an inward swinging door.